Hi everyone, Stephen Daniela here, holistic health coach and founder at Team Euphoric. Today I'm going to be discussing some natural remedies using essential oils to help you get over your cold and flu. Before we get started, I'd just like to take this time to let you know that if you are interested in obtaining a copy of this board that you see to my right, I will be uploading it onto our Instagram account as well as our Facebook page, so be on the lookout for that. I'll also be including a link in the description box to our Facebook page and our Instagram account. Before I get into which oils are going to be best used for your cold and flu, let's discuss essential oils for a little bit. When choosing an essential oil, quality absolutely matters. You want to take a look at how is the oil sourced, who's the supplier, and how is it processed. When sourcing an essential oil, the terrain and soil of origin absolutely matter. If a field is sprayed with chemicals or chemicals are added to the soil, that's going to affect the chemistry of the plants. Also, a lot of times companies will add toxic solvents and chemicals during the extraction method. This is going to affect the purity and the potency of the essential oil. When choosing an essential oil, absolutely you want to purchase it from a company that is certified organic. If it's certified organic, that means they can't spray the crops with chemicals and it's going to be more pure and more potent. Next, let's take a look at the supplier. When purchasing an essential oil, is the company you are purchasing it from known for their quality and their efficacy? A lot of times what's going to happen is companies will claim that their product is therapeutic grade, but what does that actually mean? The term therapeutic grade is not a legally registered term, therefore absolutely anyone can use it. Just walk into any supplement store and you'll see half the items on the shelf claiming that their product is therapeutic grade, but that term is essentially meaningless. Another thing that companies will do is they will claim that their essential oils contain vitamins, minerals, EFAs, or hormones. Let's get one thing straight, essential oils only contain 3 elements: carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Any company that claims that their essential oil contains anything else is basically telling you that their product is impure. You also want to make sure that the company you are purchasing the oils from works directly with the supplier. If the company doesn't work directly with the supplier, then they have no way of verifying the quality of the oil as well as the purity and the potency. So you want to make sure that the company you're purchasing it from has direct access to the supplier. Next, let's take a look at the processing. When harvesting crops that are going to be used for an essential oil, the crop must be patiently harvested by an individual who is knowledgeable, honest, and committed to gathering one species and allowing proper maturation time for that species. If you rush the process and you don't allow proper maturation time, what's going to happen is you're not going to get the most pure and the most potent product possible. So you want to allow proper maturation time, that way you can get a pure and potent substance. Once it has been harvested, it's ready for distillation. This is another process that has to be done gently, slowly, and skillfully, or it will lose potency and purity. Now that we've discussed some issues regarding quality, let's take a look at some application methods. There are several ways that you can gain the benefits of essential oils. One is going to be to use them aromatically. Essential oils by nature are aromatic, and their aromas can elicit very strong physiologic, mental, and emotional effects. When inhaling an essential oil, the molecules are going to enter your nostril, and then that odor information is going to get sent to your olfactory bulb. Your olfactory bulb is going to communicate with the amygdala, and the amygdala is the center for emotions in the limbic system and links our sense of smell to our emotions. So you can get some very, very strong effects from using essential oils aromatically. A couple ways that you can use essential oils aromatically are going to be direct inhalation and cupping. Direct inhalation is simply screwing the cap off the bottle and inhaling the aroma. Cupping is going to be a little bit more potent. What you're going to do is you're going to put a few drops of the essential oil in your hand. You're going to rub your hands together, cup your mouth, and you're going to inhale. Another way to gain the benefits of essential oils aromatically is by diffusion. Diffusion is simply breaking down the essential oil into tiny particles, and that will allow you to fill the room with the aromas of the essential oils. You can either purchase a diffuser, or if you don't want to spend the money on a diffuser, you can also purchase a spray bottle and use a spray bottle and spray it around the room. Another popular application method for essential oils is to use them topically. Topically is basically rubbing it on your skin. Essential oils are fat soluble, so you can add a carrier oil to the essential oil, and what the carrier oil is going to do is going to decrease the potency of the essential oil, and it will also help decrease the rate of evaporation. Another popular topical application method is going to be putting the essential oils in a bath. If you put it in a bath, it's going to be considered a topical method because the essential oil is making direct contact with your skin. It's also going to be considered an aromatic method because when you put them in the bath, the aromas will fill the room with the essential oil that you are using. The last application method is going to be internally, so consuming the essential oil. Again, essential oils are fat soluble, so they will be readily absorbed by the organs and the brain. Some essential oils that you don't want to take internally are going to be essential oils that come from the needles of trees such as pine, and some varieties of bark oils like cypress. Some varieties of eucalyptus are also not considered safe to ingest. However, I have used certain varieties of eucalyptus and haven't had any issues with them. Although if you do plan on using eucalyptus internally, be careful of the company, and with eucalyptus it is very important that you are purchasing from an organic company because you want it to be absolutely pure. Now let's take a look at which oils we're going to be using to help you get over your cold and flu. Lavender is a really popular essential oil. A lot of people like to use lavender aromatically. It has very strong antihistamine and sedative properties. Because it is a sedative, you're going to want to use this essential oil at nighttime because it will make you a little bit drowsy. Now, me personally, I don't like the taste of lavender putting it in my tea, so I'd much rather put it in the bath. However, if you do enjoy the taste, you can add it to a cup of tea and that will help with your cold. Another essential oil is going to be lemon. Lemon is really good for anyone that has congestion and mucus. So if you have a lot of buildup in your sinuses, then put some essential oil of lemon in your tea and that will work wonders. Lime is another personal favorite, really good if you have a sore throat. So if you do have a sore throat, you can incorporate essential oil of lime. Peppermint is going to be really good for fevers. The other thing with peppermint too is it does have a very, very strong smell. So if you are going to put it in your tea, what you can do is while you're waiting for the tea to cool down, you can inhale the peppermint and that will open up the sinuses. So not only is it going to help with your fever, but it's also going to help decongest your nose. Next, cedarwood is going to be really good for cough and sinus issues. So if you're coughing like crazy or if you have a lot of congestion in your sinuses, use cedarwood. Cinnamon, really good for cold and flu, and also it tastes delicious, so I would recommend using cinnamon. Clove is going to be really good as an immune boost and for viruses and colds. So if you're just feeling really terrible, you're not feeling very well, really sick, under the weather, and you have a cold, use clove. Eucalyptus, as I stated earlier, certain varieties of eucalyptus you do not want to use internally. If you do have a certain variety of eucalyptus that is safe to ingest, then it's going to be really good for congestion, cough, and fever. Ginger is going to be really good for congestion, cold, flu, and sore throats. So you can incorporate some ginger over your food or put it into your tea. Now that we've discussed which oils we are going to use for your cold and flu, how exactly are we going to apply them? Well, that's where Steven's Feel Better Fast recipe comes in. Me personally, I like to incorporate my oils in a tea when I have a cold or a flu. What you're going to do, take 1 cup of organic loose leaf chamomile tea, add 1 teaspoon of raw unpasteurized honey, and then add 2 to 3 drops of whatever essential oils you are using to help you get over your cold and flu. Personally, my 3 favorites to use in my tea are going to be lemon, lime, and peppermint. Lemon and lime just makes the tea taste really good, and then the peppermint, I like to add it to the tea, and while I'm waiting for it to cool off, I'm just going to inhale it and that's going to open up my sinuses. I recommend starting with fewer drops and using only 1 oil. The reason being, if you happen to get an adverse effect from the oils, you're not going to know which oil was the oil that caused the ill effect if you are using multiple oils. So start with 1 oil and then you could gradually increase them. If you start adding certain oils and you realize that you're getting some adverse effects from it, then you'll know which oil was the oil that caused the adverse effect. That covers today's video for natural remedies using essential oils for cold and flu. Again, if you would like a copy of this board, I will be uploading it onto our Instagram as well as our Facebook account, so be on the lookout for that. And if you liked what you saw here, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Next week, I will be discussing natural remedies using essential oils for hair loss and split ends. So I'll see you next week.